Hey guys, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, it's not even Friday. Oh my gosh. Happy Wednesday. Clearly, where's my mind at? It's Wednesday. Is it today's Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, today is Wednesday. I am jumping 2 days ahead. Um, Thank you so much for joining. So if you're new, definitely put in hashtag newbie. I'd like to know. And if you're returning, just say hashtag follower. Yay. Before we get started into it, my name is Melissa Jakes. I am CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, also known as Olivia Pope Live Events, but I am also a mother. I am a wife. I am a business owner, and now all of this, I am now a kindergarten teacher in all of this. So, which is exactly what our topic is going to be about tonight. So, as you're joining in, come and give me some hashtags. Tell me where you are tuning in from so we can definitely connect. This is definitely going to be more of a, not so much informational, but more of a conversation. And for all my mommies out there, you know exactly what this is about, right? So, I'm going to make sure. As we see, we have our guest. Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. Happy Friday.
No, today's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Where did my mind go?
And what is your name?
My name is Gabriella Jakes.
Perfect. Okay, let's start my little watch party over here. All right. So, you guys, let's talk about how to balance pregnancy, mommyhood, and the coronavirus. And we can even throw in business owner, your person who's working for a company, all of that stuff. How do we balance this all during this time? And so, when I realized that this was getting very serious, especially like when they closed the schools down for the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh, this is getting serious. That they closed a whole school, all the whole school systems in Maryland. Was like, wow. And then, at first it's like, okay, my husband's a teacher. So it's like, oh, okay. So he's going to be home. But then I started thinking, oh, what does that mean for Gabby and her school, right? And you start processing like, oh, what about this? Oh, wait, what about that? And so when I realized it started getting serious, I definitely was like, okay, we have to get organized here quick because this can go haywire really quick. And you can lose control of your lifestyle and the way that you were building your family and organizing your family in like 5 seconds. So everybody's home. Everybody is working from home, doing school from home, and all that stuff. And how do you balance it all? On top of that, if you're pregnant, how do you balance that as well, right? So, a little backstory of my pregnancies is that I have a high risk pregnancy because we have lost two children before and almost lost her. But we got an emergency cerclage with her, and so we had a planned cerclage with this baby, and so with that it becomes high risk. So I already kind of knew that going in, but then you're throwing on coronavirus on top of that, and it's like, well, what does this mean? And so at first it's like, okay, well, Miss Jakes, only you can come to your appointments, not even your spouse, trying to really work with the 10 people or less. And I understood that. So I was like, okay. Then it's like, okay, well, call when you're outside because then we'll know if there's anybody in the waiting room. Then you can come in. We can't have more than 2 people in the waiting room at a time. Okay, fine. So when you're high risk, you see a high risk doctor and you see your regular OB. So my OB, do we lose video on this side? What happened? Let's make sure we didn't lose video. Leave for now. Is it still going? Let's see. Okay, fine. It's perfect. Okay, so with your, you see a regular OB, so high risk in the regular OB. Um, with that, it comes with a little bit extra thing of being with the coronavirus. So how do you balance it all, right? So whether you have a high risk pregnancy or whether you have a regular pregnancy, it's still scary in this moment, especially for those who, like, I'm not delivering to July. So I'm hoping this kind of dies down by then. But for those who are delivering soon, this is a scary moment. I've seen people be giving birth with masks on their face, and the spouse has a mask on their face as well. And I'm like, how all that heavy breathing and to try to stay calm, and I got to throw a mask on my face. I don't have to go through that. But some people did have to go through that. And so balancing that with coronavirus, and then, this is going to be our second live child, if you want to call it that way. So throwing that in the mix has been a bit difficult, but learning how to balance it all, right? Yes.
At the end of the video, can I say subscribe to
Yes.
the channel?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. But we're not at the end of the video yet.
Okay.
All right. So here's a couple of tips on how you can balance yourself. And one thing I learned quickly, especially when Gabby's teachers were giving homework assignments and the work that we need to do during the day, is definitely get organized quick. What I mean quick, get around it. Take a night and say, okay, this is what we're going to do as a family. And so I created folders for her where we have work for the week, we have completed work, and then like my folder of like any extra materials I need to have or make copies of. And so that has helped us. She has a little cubby hole in the office that has helped with that. You want to say something about that?
Mommy.
Are we talking about this part?
Mommy, I was going to say something to you.
Okay. Let's wait until after that part, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to talk about how you feel organized doing schoolwork with me while you're in my office?
Yes.
Go ahead. You had to come over here, camera.
Sometimes I concentrate my day, and sometimes I'm not. Everything was going fine. I was doing it fast. I was concentrating today. Everything went good.
Good. So we also have words of the week. So if you can definitely order these on Staples. So they have the big sticky note boards like you would usually put on an easel, but they're kind of really big Post-it notes. And so we have space on the wall to put that where we have her words of the week. So and she goes through different words that are in 2 books, and that she has to write them every day and create sentences for them. In kindergarten, Montessori. And so we have that up. So we have words of the week, and it's at her eye level. So she has a space in the office where she's able to do that. And so that's what really worked when I sat down and said, okay, how are we going to make this work? And I had a label maker. So I put labels on the folder and just make it like a routine. I planned the week out. So I do Monday through Friday, and I have everything in paper clips, and I put labels on it so she know which one is on which days Monday work, which days Tuesday work, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? And then we also have playtime versus work time. One thing that I definitely recommend is creating, not only getting organized, but creating a space. And so knowing that her playroom is downstairs for play, and in her work is in my office, so that we know we're working in here and not playing. That way, it's not taken away. I used to do the work in the playroom, but I realized, one, either she would get distracted, or two, she would it was too much things going on, and she's not really focusing. Even though we're having little focus issues in the office because I have a mirror and she likes to dance in front of the mirror, but it's still knowing that this is work time versus in her playroom she gets to have fun in her playroom, right? So and she's dancing right now. So definitely define a space for you. And then definitely have playtime versus work time. Make sure you definitely don't blend those together. I know for us, we're still working, even though I know I'm pretty sure your kids might be going through the same thing. They are flying through their work. Like we're done by 11, 12. After lunchtime, there's nothing else to do, right? So that's playtime. Whenever she finishes her work, she's like, oh, yes, I have my free time. That's her time to do whatever project or game she wants to play. She does lots of crafts. So making sure you work that into the schedule so it's all not work, 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 work. Right? What do? You have to say it in front of the camera.
I love crafts.
Good.
A lot. do that.
Okay. So the next thing is creating a schedule, which I'm pretty sure you guys have done. So creating a schedule, one for mommy, one for your child, and then try to keeping that on task. I definitely make sure there's family time in there too. We just reorganized with all this coronavirus. I've been reorganizing the house. My husband hates it, but I love it. We just reorganized, so now we have a good space for our eating space, right? Do you like the dining room space?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was eating at the little table, but now the living room is different. I can eat with my parents now.
And how do you like eating with your parents?
And I love eating with my parents a lot.
Good. So yeah, that was definitely one thing I grew up on. We ate as a family. And so and at first, I don't know why we never thought about this space before, but when you have time, you start creating new spaces, right? So definitely that is our family time, and we're able to eat together as a family. So that's 2. First one was getting organized. 2 is creating a schedule for mommy and children and husband, throw that in. And then 3 is, take time for yourself, especially when you're pregnant. One thing that I definitely have learned from the other pregnancies, I can't stress. Stress definitely manifests in the body, but definitely for me, if I get overly excited or stress too much, I either break out, I get a fever, or I get sick. So I have to make sure I keep my stress level down. And one, that's not good for the baby. It definitely manifests in the body in different ways. So you want to make sure you're keeping your stress down. And it's definitely hard to kind of do that, right, during this time of coronavirus, like all these things going on. The best thing to do is, I have come to terms with it. I'm staying home. Only times I go out is either I am going to the doctor, and that's really it, to the doctor. I don't even do grocery shopping. My husband does that for me. So keeping the stress down, and we're in the house. Let's just make the best of it. You can't stress about it. The other thing is doing DIY crafts for like your baby's room. Okay. Like doing crafts like for the baby's room. So one thing that I definitely love to do is doing crafts with Gabby. I think we did something for the baby's room recently, right?
Yep. And I'm going to show you something.
You can bring one
thing from the baby's room that we painted, okay? I'll be right back in a 2p2. 2p2 is not funny.
Okay, good. Sometimes I don't know whose child this is. So I love doing crafts and creating and doing DIY work. That keeps me down. It's almost like coloring. I'm not sure if you guys like to color. I love to color with crayons. It takes me back to when you had that 64 pack with a little crayon sharpener in the back. Yes, that is like that's my thing, right? So creating crafts for the baby room.
Here it is. Isn't it big?
Okay, hold on. You got to put it down like this. So we painted this. It's a navy blue. This is a lighthouse. So we're kind of going with the theme of ahoy, it's a boy in the baby's room. And then we did a nice light sheen on top. Almost like a placard on top. Okay, put that back, please. Thank you.
I'll be back in a minute.
So that has 1, we're doing things together as a family, and 2, it does give you some peace. So whatever kind of makes you feel like you can still bond during your pregnancy, of understanding that a child is coming. Sometimes I'm like, I'm about to have 2 kids. That's kind of crazy to me. But it definitely does give some type of peace. And then there's times, as we're getting the room together, I got a small chair and just sitting in there and being in my own thoughts, no music, no phone, no nothing, and just really being by yourself and really processing what you're going through and realizing what you're going through if you're really having anxiety. Really just being in yourself is definitely good to do. It definitely helps bring down anxiety. If you're a writer, definitely write and journal. But sometimes being in your own space, in your own thoughts, and just in a sense meditating helps. Another thing, oh, can you hand me that gold candle?
Yes. Where is it?
Behind the box.
Oh, okay. And the black one?
Just the gold one.
Okay. I'll get the black one.
Oops. Be careful. Move the box. The other thing I was going to talk about is smells. And of course, our smells are more heightened in, thank you, during pregnancy. But one thing, do you want to hold it for me?
Yes.
You got to hold 2 hands. Well, don't cover up the label. Cover up the label. You have to hold it like that. There you go. Show the people.
Here it is.
Okay. So this is a candle, and I'll definitely drop the link for you guys, where you guys can definitely get this. This is called Wedding Night. You don't have to be a bride to get this, but it smells amazing. Let's see, Gabby. I'm not sure if I had you smell this.
It smells so good.
Okay, it'll come a little bit more in the camera. It smells what?
Smells
so good. So this is a candle that I burn when I'm working, or if I just need a little zen space. Again, at that moment where you're having your thoughts by yourself, definitely lighting a candle helps with that, right? So make sure you guys definitely take time for yourself. We're all in the house together, and we're like, hey, what's going on? And we're all in the space, but there's still time where you can create space for yourself. So that's how I've been learning thus far with balancing pregnancy, mommyhood, and the coronavirus, and working at the same time. And it's been working. It's been working. It definitely has. Again, the key things are staying organized. And the second thing is creating spaces for the different things that you're doing, so you're not doing everything at one place. Creating a schedule for you and children, and then please schedule time by yourself, whether it's walking the dog early in the morning, or it's just taking a walk around the neighborhood, and you could be by yourself in your own thoughts. Definitely do that. Smells are important, so burning a candle is definitely important. You can definitely do that. It gives you a nice zen. We have this one, and then we have another one, lemongrass as well. But Wedding Night is a special that you can get $5 off if you use the code RESCUE, and I'll put that all in the chat for you guys. No, just leave that one there. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for joining. Gab.
I want to show them something.
What do you want to show them?
This.
No, we don't. That's nothing to do with our. We have to stay on content. Come on. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. She is hyper. She had a little cinnamon bun for dessert, so I think that's what's causing all of that. So what are you supposed to say at the end?
Bye. Subscribe to our channel. Have a great day. Stay safe from the coronavirus. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I hope you guys find some balance between pregnancy, mommyhood, work, all of that stuff, and the coronavirus, and still making it fun for your family. And one thing I definitely enjoy is spending time with my family. Definitely a lot more than we would have before. And it's definitely making us understand and appreciate each other in a different way. So stay safe, stay tuned, and I will drop the links in for you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.